Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Truth Talk with myself as your host, Tumie Letsoenyo. With me today, I'm interviewing Miss Earth South Africa 2013, Ashanti Mbanga. Ashanti, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Tumie. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Ashanti, we're in your workspace.
Yes, that's
What an
right.
exciting environment to be in.
Yeah,
as young as you are, a Transport Economist, you've traveled, you've been. So now we want to know, who is Ashanti Mbanga? Where were you born?
Yeah.
Family, how many are you?
Yeah.
Take us through your journey.
Okay, Ashanti Mbanga, Eastern Cape born lady. I come from a large family, but I'm an only child to my mother.
There we go.
So we grew up very close, her and I, we look like sisters as well.
Yes, of course.
She's my best friend.
Yes.
And I'm basically just very down to earth. I love the simple things in life,
yes,
but very goal-orientated.
Yes.
I'm visionary. I always see things before they happen, and then I go for it.
That's right.
But I've been very fortunate to achieve most of the things that I've wanted to.
Wow.
In my very short life.
Oh wow, very short life indeed, but she has done a million things. Now we want to know, your dreams. Have you achieved any? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Yeah.
Take us through that part of your life.
I have. Look, when you grow up as an only child,
Yes.
I used to have a lot of friends in the community, come back home late, always missed curfew,
Yes.
because I know I'm going home to be by myself.
Yes.
So you try and stay outside for as long as possible.
Yes.
And I grew up with this love for people and love for children.
Yes.
And the older I got, you find me still playing with younger kids, and teaching them things and planting flowers and playing house and all of this. And it grew into me. I've always got an inner child that I like to embrace.
Wow.
So I like community work. I like going out into schools, doing workshop with children. And I thought, okay, I need to find a way to do this in such a way where obviously you're not doing it for money or anything.
That's right.
But you need to incorporate it into what you do.
That's right.
So I thought, okay, I need a platform, and then of course unique features, being tall.
Yes.
I thought, okay, why not go into pageantry? Let me see what I can do. Funny enough, I came across the Miss Earth South Africa leadership program.
Hello.
It's not really a pageant,
Yes.
but I went into it, and I was studying for Transport Economics at the time. And I thought, okay, how do I marry these things? And then, of course, when you look at transport, it's responsible for giving out the most carbon emissions to the environment.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, everybody's talking about water and energy efficiency and food security. I thought, guys, transport. We need to move around to survive.
Yes.
Transport. What about transport? Let's look at transport in an environmentally friendly way. And that's how I got into green transport and being a green transport ambassador. And then I used that platform to teach kids about how to use transport in order to move around in an eco-friendly way and so on. And I try to encourage most of them to go into the study. It's a recession-proof industry, really. Things will always need to move. People will always need to move. But we need to do it in a way that does not take away from our environment.
Very true.
Yeah.
So would you say then that you've achieved 1 or 2 of your dreams already through Miss Earth leadership program?
Yes.
We want to know.
I have, definitely.
Know.
I have. I mean, I became Miss Earth South Africa. That's one. I became a Transport Economist. That's another one. And I got the opportunity to travel. I really embrace, going around the world, seeing different countries, meeting different people, trying different food.
Yes.
I got to do all of those things and more. And then it taught me a lot as a person as well, self-development.
Yes.
So I achieved there in terms of growth, learning how to extend my comfort zone, and then working with children as I do today. So you can say I've achieved most of the things that I've wanted to.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in such a short space of time. I really feel blessed.
What a blessing it is. So now how Ashanti, how and what or who has been your source in all of this? Because you've had quite an adventurous, life thus far.
Yeah.
How?
That's a tough question to answer. It's grace, I believe. Look, I grew up very close to God as a believer, and I just feel in most of the things I do in my life, I'm graced. But I've also learned to consult before I just do stuff. So I don't throw myself into any opportunity because we're not meant for everything. I have my own lane. I have my own way that I have to go. And if I stay in that, there's no room for failure. Because you're doing what you were destined to do. So I consult my Father in heaven before I embark on any new opportunities.
Oh, wow, Ashanti. So this segment of the show, we call it Bare Your Soul.
Okay.
We're taking it a bit deeper.
All right.
As people, yes, we have been through challenges. So we want to know what has been the most challenging year or time in your life, and being in that in that same frame, how did you then come out of it?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, mine is actually very recent. So late 2014 into early 2015 has been the toughest time that I've experienced. I think mainly because 2013, 2014, my life was in the public eye. Everything was done for me. I had so much support and assistance, help around me. And then when you hand over, you're now on your own.
Wow.
I think it's very difficult to find your feet, to find your purpose. Okay, now who am I outside of the Miss Earth South Africa? Who am I outside of this platform?
Wow.
Who is Ashanti? What does she stand for? Now you have to go out and look for new support structures, look for new partnerships, look for, new ways of doing things and making a name for yourself. That was very tough. I think I actually went into a little bit of a ditch, but now I've slowly come out of it again by the grace of God.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I think I'm back on my feet, but challenging times. But they grow you.
That's
they grow
right.
You. I
That's
never
right.
despise my journey, good or bad,
Yes.
because it's an investment in who you are and your growth, and it leaves you with something. As it has with me. Yeah.
Yes. Depthy of yourself. So Ashanti, we want to know, mentors. Do you have mentors? Have you had mentors before? Even apart from leaving Miss Earth Leadership Program, do you have any mentors? How do you then?
Yeah, definitely. I think with mentorship, it goes with different phases of your life. Obviously, as a child, my mentor was my mother. I watched her raise me single-handedly, worked very hard, and then I got into school, and a couple of my teachers were my mentors, got through that phase, got into varsity. I had one, my lecturer for Transport Economics, he was my mentor. He taught me how to think out of the box, how to not just think from a South African perspective, but to be innovative about transportation. And that's why I've achieved some of the things I have, because I push boundaries.
That's right.
He taught me how to do that. And then into the Miss Earth, Catherine Constantinidis, who was the very first Miss Earth South Africa. Now she's the national director of the program. She's still my mentor till this day.
Yes.
She's such a humanitarian. I've never met somebody who is so selfless. I learn from her every day. Even when I'm not with her, I just learn from her on social media, follow the things that she does. When I do get the opportunity to meet her, to see her, and you just learn. You learn from how she speaks, how she takes on opportunities, how she travels. I think that's about it. Different mentors for different phases in one's life. So I can't pinpoint one, but there's definitely, right now, my director here at work challenges me quite a lot. But that's good, because again, I'm growing so much in a short space of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a blessing. So we want to know, what do you think about the most? What dominates your brain? What is always in there? Your brain and your heart. What is in there?
Like I said earlier, I'm quite the visionary.
Yes.
I think this can both work for or against me, I think, at times. Even in the present, a lot of the time, I think about what's to come, the future. Always. I always have a picture. I'm 10 steps ahead of everything. If we're having a conversation now, I'm already picturing what something is going to look like, the outcome exactly. And fine, it's worked in my favor for most areas of my life, but sometimes people will be like, you need to relax, you need to calm down, just enjoy the moment, don't run away. But a lot of the time, everything that's in my mind is tomorrow, 10 years, 5 years from now, what's going to happen with, so I'm quite the visionary, very futuristic.
That's what it's about. So would you then agree with me that throughout your whole journey thus far, with what you've shared with us, that leadership and foundation is everything, and knowing and consulting is what it's about, so that you are able to navigate yourself into the right paths? Because either or, whether you go into the right direction or you miss hearing that one line, you will still then come back to that route that you were designed for.
Definitely.
Oh, wow.
Foundation is so important. Like you were saying, your source, that's your foundation. You need to know what it is, you need to strengthen it, you need to invest in it so that it carries you. Because a lot of the time, life is not perfect.
No.
Sometimes you go all the way and you realize when you're halfway or when you're all the way that you took the wrong turn.
Hey?
Where do you come back to? That source, that foundation.
Wow.
So it needs to be solid enough to grow you out again into the right path.
Wow. Your weaknesses. I mean, pageantry business as well, you know, being in the public eye.
Yes.
You know, you have so many children that you've made contact with, that you've imparted already without you even saying anything, but just walking, the way that you carried yourself and whatnot. Your weaknesses, how do you deal with them?
You know, one of my weaknesses, I'll go back to the program that I did in the past year.
Yes.
One of the weaknesses I discovered about myself, it's resources.
Okay.
Resources. When you try so much to do something and you're up against people who are resourceful in life and are able to achieve those things. But you know what that particular weakness taught me? To learn how to make the most out of the little that I have. Number one. Number two, to do as much as I can with as little possible that I have, whether it's money, whether it's whatever it is, need to stretch things out as far as possible. And I never would have learned that skill had I not gone through an intensive program with very little resources. So I didn't feel sorry for myself. I was like, no, there's definitely something I can take from this.
Yes.
And you know, even today, with the things I want to achieve, resources is still a weakness of mine. But I still believe that I'm gonna make it with the little that I have. And that's my testimony to give, that you know what, I got all the way. I got to this place without having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you know, you beat the stigmas and you prove, you know, certain perspectives wrong, and I think it's great. It inspires and motivates people who could be in a similar situation. I mean, I go to schools and I talk to kids that come from disadvantaged backgrounds, and I'm like, you cannot look at your current situation and let it determine where you can go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for me, that's I've learned to embrace my weaknesses.
Wow, Ashanti. You're going to finish the sentence for us. Through it all, you have learned
to accept myself.
Wow.
It's been a struggle for most of my life, you know. Taller than everybody else, and people mock you in school, and then you grow up and you start embracing it. You start going into areas and channels where you're able to embrace it. I've also got a very distinct voice. People used to mock me and say I sound like a man as a child. My voice became very deep from a young age. But now I love it. I enjoy it because I get opportunities to do radio, to do presenting, host events, because people are like, yeah, you've got that voice people want to listen to. I'm like, oh, so that's what it is today.
Yes.
But you know, I was mocked for it years ago. So I've learned to really just accept myself through it all. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashanti.
Thank you. Hi, this is Ashanti Mbanga and you are watching Truth Talk with Tumie Letsoenyo. I hope you've enjoyed taking a bite out of my life. You can catch me on Twitter at Ashanti Mbanga, Instagram at Ashanti Mbanga, and on Facebook I have a like page, Ashanti Mbanga, Public Figure and Foundation. Please do follow me on the socials. Let's team up and let's make it